Okay, enough of that. What is going on? I'm ZMOT. Today is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. We are going to do all sorts of good stuff. That text was a little bit dark, a little bit negative, but nonetheless, hopefully you enjoyed it a little bit. Spent a couple minutes writing it. Should have probably spent more, but nonetheless, here we go, Warships. This is my other account, my second account that I am playing. As you can see here, 4 engine rooms up in the hizzle. Most people putting that Doom Cannon underneath the Sky Shield, probably going to do that later on, but doing fairly well. I thought 4 engine rooms was going to be tough, but do stick around. This is not just going to be a Warships video. I'm going to show you some operation attacks that are absolutely beast. 2 in particular. Nonetheless, let's get going. Now, you'll see I was winning all the way along here. These are all using heavies. Then I unlocked tanks, and sure enough, I got 0 engine rooms. So I reached out to I don't like calling it Boom Beach Warships community, got some info from them. I'm going to try to use tanks one more time. We are going to use Taunt to do so. Then maybe we'll go back to heavies, but first I'm going to show you some wins. Now, these wins, I am rushing using heavies with no smoke. You don't have to have smoke. So if you're one of those people who skipped smoke, you can taunt through all of the things. Look at Bullit taunting all of the stuff, and then all of our heavies just clearing all of the things. This is not a sexy attack under any circumstances, but it does work. People are wiping against my base, so just because you don't have smoke doesn't mean you can't go out and crush some people's hopes and dreams. So gonna again show you all of the attacks. One note, you'll see that I'm using this corner. This corner is more likely to get your troops farther underneath. With 3 engine rooms, I was using this corner, and now look at this, taunting all of the stuff, throwing a shock out there, and look, all of our heavies just clearing all of the things. Critters also helping keep some of our heavies alive, and then at this point, don't flare that far engine room. You're going to lose your troops. I have won at least 1 or 2 battles by simply letting our troops clear there. Going for that 4th engine room, you're going to fail, so just get some extra percentages and you might get a win or 2. So heavies, with tanks, with Bullit, you would have never guessed that was going to be a meta, but that appears to be the thing. Now, you'll notice we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 boom cannons over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to send our tanks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tanks. We're going to send them over to this far right-hand side. Might as well send a heavy with them as well. I don't actually know what the hell I'm doing with the heavies. So I'm going to send the heavies a little bit late. Going to send the second boat even later so that maybe that flare is going to expire. And then I'm going to drop Bullit over here. Bullit's going to stay to the far left. That's going to be to our advantage because he's going to take all of the shots to the dome from those left-hand side boom cannons. And we're just going to slowly and methodically clear all of the things. This is not anything sexy whatsoever. If you're looking for sexy, this is not the place for you. We are just going to go for all 4 engine rooms and hope our opponent wipes because realistically, let's be honest, everyone is wiping this season of Warships. So using all of that GBE to get Bullit over to that left-hand side. Bullit did not stay to the left-hand side like I kind of hoped he would, but we should still be okay because Bullit's going to get out front, taunt some things. We can maybe shock and taunt other things. Not sexy, not pretty, but you can see that our opponent has very likely already finished their attack because, look at that, opponent has retreated. So now we just need to slowly and methodically clear all of the things. As soon as that flamethrower's gone, I am going to drop some critters right in there. Critters, oops, there's another flamethrower. That was not super duper smart, but actually timed perfectly. You see that timing? That was absolutely perfect on my part, completely and utterly by accident. So we're just going to keep the critters pumping in there. Critters are going to distract all of the things, and then our tanks are going to come in here and wipe out all of the engine rooms just like magic, hopefully, possibly. Yeah, we got lots of critters down there. Those boom cannons simply can't keep up. Now, if I was smart, I would probably flare away from that boom mine right there that's going to plague our troops, but should be a-okay. Now, people in Triangle 9 Task Force group and or warships, chat, have moved up to 22 using this strategy. So it's ugly, it's slow, but my goodness, does it ever work. I'm not going to show any more attacks like this. This was a very, very mediocre attack. Would have been far, far better if Bullit would have hugged that left-hand side, but do be aware that once you get to tanks, you can start crushing some hopes and some dreams. Now, let's quickly jump into an operation attack, because I wanted to show just how ridiculously strong these school buses are. So this is the troop loadout you want to use, minus the Zookas. Not quite sure why I had Zookas loaded. Something like this. 6 yellow school buses, 6 heavy choppas with 5 boats of bombardiers. Quickly, gonna show you red line in 2. This is the wrong task force. I'm gonna have to switch accounts. Doi, yoi, yoi. And just like that, we are over here on 4 Lorn of the Hope. Now, what I wanted to show you was this red line opened by 8. As you can see there, 12 heavy choppers, but bringing in grenadiers. Those grenadiers are for a very specific reason. Gonna quickly fast forward through this. We got Bullit taking down all the things, and then just heavy choppas opening red line. It is absolutely ridiculous. As you can see here, we are not losing any heavy choppers, and all of those front rocket launchers are going down. Bullit just got grabbed by the grappler, and then coming in here and getting the shield gens. This didn't go quite to plan. He was a little bit unlucky in a bunch of things, but clearing the mines, getting ready for the next hit, and then just going for those shields as best as he can, and just crushing all of the things. This attack, getting all of those front rocket launchers using heavy choppas was just magical. So if you were doing redline, that's kind of a weird pronunciation of random words. If you're doing redline, do consider opening it with those bright yellow school buses, those flying submarines. There's some sort of Beatles analogy in there somewhere that I just can't pull out. Nonetheless, look at that. Just beautiful open. Almost got all the shield gens. And then this is the attack that I was really impressed with. Let's just jump in here. Watch J.A., also known as John Anderson, come in using some grenadiers. And this is the standard. You drop your grenadiers right in there, and you'll have just enough to get rid of the shield gens. The grapplers will grab a couple, but he brought in the perfect amount. 2 boats just cruising, fighting through these shield gens. And at this point, if you hadn't have seen the initial replay, or the replay log, I would have never guessed that he finished this, because we've got all sorts of rockets back here, we've got machine guns back here, and he's already wasted 2 boats of troops, and he's already lost the delay with all of those back rockets. So at this point, I would just waiting with bated breath, and I will just let him finish this off and show you it. I'll slow it down once he gets closer to the core, but at this point, he is just gritting his teeth, waiting for those things to die, using the smart side flare to kill off his grenadiers. And then you'll notice very late drop of brick. Really smart there as well. So many good things in this attack. Absolutely love it. If you've never seen barbed wire before, barbed wire has been nerfed a little bit. See, he doesn't even have to use a med kit. Bit of a diagonal walk. Doesn't matter. Has already lost the delay. And look at this smoke. Beautiful. Double smoke into the finish. Actually, triple smoke. Let's slow this puppy down. I'm going to go half times mode, actually, and then just watch this core hit. Critters coming out to save the day. Zooka's just pounding away. I thought those critters were a little bit late, but they actually worked out to be absolutely perfect because he didn't have the delay. Throw in those shocks nice and early. I think there's even more critters coming. Yep. So just an absolute beast core hit. Redline down in 2. Yes, it was only 189 point redline, but still, anytime you can get redline down in 2 and use yellow school buses, just so much fun. At this point, you know what? I want to do one more tank attack, simply because I've only done 2 this entire season. I watched one video from Orion, then a couple people piped in saying they're doing things very different than Orion. This account actually doesn't even have tanks. So this account, as you can see here, sitting here with 117 tokens. trying to figure out what the heck to do. If I go to Barrage, you can actually get rid of a Sky Shield using 3 Barrages, as brought up by Zazu, something. I've totally forgotten. I'm terrible at names. So actually, I'm going to pause and jump back to my other warship just to do one more tank attack. Not quite sure why I say pause, because it doesn't impact you guys at all. Now, one great thing about moving to 4 engine rooms is that you only need to do 2 battles. Realistically, probably 3, but most of my battles I ended up averaging, I think, getting somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 engine rooms. As you can see, they're getting 4 there, 3 there, 2 there, 3 there. So getting 3 engine rooms, lots and lots. Going to 4 engine rooms, I was a little bit nervous about, because I did not have enough keys to go to tanks. I went in, got my critters, got my troop damage, and then I started winning. Like, I was still winning, moving up without smoke. You do not need smoke to go to 4 engine rooms. I thought for sure you did. And then moving the Doom Cannon in, just making things strong. Here's my tech tree in case you have any questions. Skipping sniper towers has helped me a ton. Never would have guessed that. Saving those keys has been super, super helpful. Otherwise, I've got basically everything except for the choice nodes and smoke and the extra GBE and brick and rocket launchers. Rocket launchers with the damage amplifier are going to be absolute murder. Instead, I'm going to keep going though. Shock launchers will also be absolutely deadly, but until people have shock launchers, apparently we can just crush all of their hopes and dreams. And if you're wondering where this base design came from, I really don't know. I've kind of just made it up as I've gone along. We are going to send all of our tanks over into this right-hand corner and hopefully do some good things. I'm going to send this flare. I sent this flare a little bit too late, unfortunately, and the fact that I've got decent level tanks means that I'm going to have to, decent level flares, I should say, means that I'm going to have to be a little bit on the late side. So now, probably should have... Oh, I'm going to be in trouble here. Need our tanks to start firing ASAP. Otherwise, that cannon's going to take out some of our troops. Looks like it didn't, though. Now I'm going to drop Bullit way over on the left-hand side. Heavies getting shot in the face. No big deal there whatsoever. Heavies just doing their thing, saving us all sorts of GBE. And now Bullit is hopefully going to hug that whole left-hand wall and get right up close and personal with all of those boom cannons and things like that. So hoping that Bullit, clearly I've dropped Bullit way too late, but by the looks of things, Bullit's just going to start cruising in, doing all sorts of good Bullit-related things, and look at that, just cruising. That is a perfect placement of Bullit. Those boom cannons can't do a heck of a lot against him because he's got his taunt rocking and rolling, and then we are just going to cruise on in. I am absolutely loving this, minus the fact that tanks are way slow, and now Bullit has saved us a whole bunch of GBE, and we can just keep on. Actually, he's getting an engine room too. Look at that. VIP MVP, not VIP. Brain not fully working. Taunting more things. We've already got 2 engine rooms, and Bullit is still in there taunting all of the things. Should be able to get that final boom cannon and cannon down, and then it's just going to be walking through all of the things. So Bullit dropping on the wide left, super helpful, and then we are just going to completely and utterly clear every single building, every single mine, and that is going to be a win. Like I said, not terribly fun from a excitement standpoint or a quick standpoint, but it is kind of neat to see Bullit walk all the way past those defenses and just park himself and take down that engine room. So tanks, never would have guessed tanks would be a thing. Very useful, especially without troop health. I mean, we don't have troop health, and we are moving up, winning using tanks. So trying to do a mixture of operation attacks and warships. Now, yesterday I saw someone solo Machina machine heavy choppas 4 boats of Scorchers and just crush through everything. So there's all sorts of stuff that is working. Had to cut out some audio there. Quickly gonna turn on Do Not Disturb based on messages coming in, but you get the idea. Get those heavy choppas out there. Keep pushing forward on warships. There's all sorts of neat stuff coming. The initial tech tree absolutely sucks, but later on there is lots and lots of neat things, whether it be smoke or heavies or heavy Zooka or tanks, lots and lots of stuff, and we still haven't gotten to bombardiers or seekers, so lots and lots of options. Also, those yellow school buses are coming for some people, not for many. I don't think many people are going to get that far. Anyways, that is all for me. As always, thanks for coming in. May the 4th be with you, and I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm ZMOT. Peace.